Liz Truss, the Foreign Secretary, flew by private plane to Australia at a cost, this is unbelievable, of over £500,000 to the taxpayer because she didn't want to use a scheduled business class flight. Now, normally, a business class flight to Australia would be of the order of £7,500, £8,000, something like that. So no, she got on a great big plane, one capable of taking, wait for it, 235 passengers, and it was taking Liz Truss and her staff to Australia. If you're interested, the flight generated 500 tonnes of CO2, but I suspect you're more interested that it came at a cost of £500,000. Now, the Foreign Office response to our question on this was, it's necessary for the Foreign Secretary to travel abroad to pursue UK interests around security, trade and technology. And she did during this visit to Australia. Travelling this way allows ministers to have private discussions on sensitive security matters and flexibility to respond to rapidly changing global events. This trip used government transport and was fully within the rules. Well, of course it was within the rules. Everything this government does, we're told, is within the rules. And this probably was within the rules. But the idea, just because you don't want to have your conversations overheard, that you have to spend £500,000 is ridiculous. Why not block book the first 2 or 3 rows of business on one of these flights, and you could do all of that, all of it, at about 10% of the cost. I don't think, for the Foreign Secretary, this is a particularly good look. Now, another What the Farage moment. The University of Chester's English department gave J.K. Rowling's book a trigger warning over difficult conversations about gender, race, sexuality, class and identity. Yep, J.K. Rowling's first Harry Potter book has been given a content warning by the university to students over difficult conversations about gender, race, sexuality, class and identity. The University of Chester's English department said this to freshers in its Approaches to Literature module by Dr. Richard Leahy. It even told students they could raise concerns with him if they had any issues with the topics discussed. I mean, what is going on? Isn't the point of almost all literature that it's there and it is supposed in some ways to challenge us? I find this astonishing. I can't believe at times what is going on in our universities.